What is going on, everybody? In today's video, we are continuing on with our viewers' suggested topics for the foreseeable future. They've been going very well. I've been getting a lot of good feedback, and it's definitely a lot of fun to do videos based on what you guys want to see rather than just whatever I feel like making at the time. So, if you are unfamiliar with this video series, every Sunday of the week I make a post on my community tab asking for suggestions for the upcoming video. If you would like to suggest something, head over to the community tab. On Sunday after the video posting, you can ask your question. If I do end up selecting your topic, I'll comment on it and let you know when it will be coming out. To make sure you don't miss your chance at suggesting a post, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and turn on that bell icon. That way you'll get notifications whenever I upload new content or post on my community page. That way you'll have your opportunity to make your suggestion. I will pick the topic by Tuesday night of the following week. So if you're watching this video on its release date, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, this is Saturday. Well, yes, it is Saturday. Well, this week, there were two suggestions for videos, and I could not decide which one I wanted to do, so I decided I'd just do them both. One Saturday, one Sunday. If you're watching this video on not its release date, well, that information was not relevant at all. But anyways, so our Saturday video for this weekend comes in from Jethro Barnes. Could you do a video on what the game is like post-max? I often hear that beyond maxing, endgame players don't get much content and it can get quite boring. What are your thoughts on this? Well, Jethro, I'm pretty sure I have enough experience to figure this one out. I've been maxed for a couple of years now, so we're going to go through the ups and downs of maxing. There are ups and there are downs, and I'm going to explain to you guys personally how I feel about maxing and some of the activities that I do to keep myself interested in the game. Now, there are a lot of other people out there. I know a lot of people that are also maxed, and I've gotten some opinions from them as well as what they like to do or what they don't like to do or what they find boring or very exciting. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Now, for most people out there, maxing is the ultimate goal in old school RuneScape. Level 99 every single skill. But that's not the only goal that really means endgame or you have completed the game as much as you might want to. Now, there are also other people out there in the game that don't really care to max. They have different account builds, like Zerker accounts, that can have 99 everything except maybe 45 defense and 52 prayer. Or just skilling pures, which have level 1 combat stats, everything else can be 99. So it really depends on how you look at the game and what you really consider maxed. Now, for me personally, I've always wanted to max, and I did a couple of years ago. And that was, 99 every single skill. But there's still stuff beyond that. And there are things that might hinder you from playing the game, such as burnouts and just plain boredom. Now, I'll be honest with you. After I maxed, I kind of felt like, wow, I'm done. And it kind of stuck with me for a little while like that. Like, you work so hard for so long to get all of the level 99s, but then you get to that point when you have 2,277 as your total level, and you kind of just are like, what do I do next? I don't know what to do now. Because before, you always had something to train. You had something to work on. Maybe you were at 87 agility and you really wanted to get it up to 90 because it was your last skill that you had to get to base 90s or something like that. But once you hit that final level to give yourself 2277, it's incredibly exciting at the time. But the following few days after I maxed, I was really more or less kind of like, what should I do now? About a week or so went by and I still couldn't really get back into logging on RuneScape because I had no idea what I wanted to do now that I was maxed. But there still was stuff to do. And one of those things was the achievement cape. Now, there are many people out there that don't finish the achievement cape until after they max. There are many people that don't get the quest cape until after they max. I was one of those people. I never finished the achievement diaries or the quest cape, and that gave me something else to focus on after max. Now, you might already have that done, and that could not apply to you, and that's perfectly fine. There's still other stuff to do. But for me, step one was just trying to figure out what did I want to do after maxing. Finishing the quest cape and the achievement cape for me was kind of like I was maxing all over again with another skill. The tasks are kind of monotonous and a little bit annoying to do, so it's kind of like training rune crafting, at least for me. So I went ahead and got that done, and it took me a few days to knock out whatever I had left, because really up to that point, I hadn't really tried to finish those things. I just kind of got them as I was going along. The more specific ones, obviously, like casting ice barrage in the desert or something like that. I didn't do that one because it was more specific. You had to actually go do something that you wouldn't normally be doing. But regardless of that, that was my first step, was finishing Achievement Cape and the Quest Cape after maxing. Now that I'm maxed, whenever a new quest comes out, I still sit around on my ass for 3 or 4 weeks before I actually do it, unless it's absolutely necessary. But that's just me. I hate questing, but when one comes out, usually within the month that it comes out, I end up doing it, getting my Quest Cape back. Now, some of you out there may have heard this before. After you max, you can actually play the game. Now, in that first week that after I maxed, I didn't really think about that much, but once it really started to hit me, that statement is 100% true. You're really no longer bound to doing anything in the game except only what you want to at the time. You have level 99 in every skill. You have every possible opportunity open to you. If you have 2277 total level, the Quest Cape, the Achievement Cape, you probably have the Music Cape at that time. Literally nothing is off limits to you. You have unlocked the entire game. It doesn't matter what you do. At this point, you can actually go out there and PVM, or if you're a PKer, you can PK to your heart's content. After maxing, it really opened up a lot of different doors for me that I really kind of knew that they were there, but I never really focused on them that much. One of them was clue scrolls. I did a lot of clue scrolls in my time, and I usually did probably one per Slayer task. Whenever I was on a Slayer task, I could get one, I'd wait till the end of the task to do a clue scroll. Well, now that I have all the time in the world when I'm playing RuneScape, I pretty much teleport away from whatever I'm doing, do the clue scroll, so I can do another one. So these distractions and diversions, maybe while you're doing something while you're maxing, you probably don't want to stop and do that and then go back to it. Maybe you'll lose interest. That's pretty much how I was. But now at this point, clue scrolls are something that I do whenever I get one because I'm really not bound to anything else. Another huge part in post-max life is bossing and PVMing. Now, for me, my main objective after maxing at this point is to complete the PVM collection log. That is like my super ultimate goal in old school RuneScape, and I'm constantly working on it. I can go to whatever boss I want at any time that I want and start trying to get drops. I think at the time I'm making this video, I currently have Grotesque Guardian's task in the Slayer Tower. Need the Jar of Stone to complete it, and that's the last thing I need. I'm around 2200 kill count, which is nowhere near the drop rate of the jar, but it's still something for me to strive for. I still have another goal, even though I have finished the total level goal of old school RuneScape. So there is a huge opportunity out there for a lot of PVMing, and not even just PVMing. There's still a lot of stuff out there to collect in the collection log, such as all of the Castle Wars item sets, all of the Chompy hunting hats. The collection log is just a huge expanse of different items throughout the game, which you can set goals to get for yourself. It doesn't have to be one or the other in any particular order. It's really just about whatever you're feeling at the time. As for me, as I've said in probably half of my videos I've ever made, Slayer is my favorite skill. So I'm using Slayer to grind through the collection log because I can get those tasks for bosses like the Cowfight Queen that are incredibly annoying to do off task. So I get those, and I'm using Slayer to propel my goal of the collection log forward. So PVMing is one thing, but let's talk about experience. You think you're done at 13,034,431 XP? That's level 99, by the way. You're not. Oh boy, you are not. Most people know that the maximum experience you can get in any skill is 200 million XP. Now, I told myself, I'm never going to go for 200 million XP in a skill. It's just not going to happen. There's no point. What does it do for me? Oh, how wrong I was. On the day of this video releasing, I hit 99 million attack XP. I've gotten 99 million attack XP. For why? I don't know. I'm just going for 200 million attack XP. Now, I'm not actively trying to get 200 million XP, but if I'm going to get 200 mil XP in a skill, it's going to be passive. So I do a lot of Slayer. I could be getting more DPS if I'm using the aggressive attack style, but I already have a ton of attack XP, so why not go for that? There's other skills out there that are incredibly easy and passive to get 200 mil XP, which I probably will eventually try for at some point or another. One of those is farming. Very passive skill to get 200 mil XP in. Cooking, super AFK. You can get 200 mil cooking XP. It'll take you quite a bit of time, but I get to play a lot at work, and a lot of my activities that I'm actually my job, I'm able to AFK on another monitor. So cooking could be in the cards for me, getting 200 million XP. but I'm probably going to focus more on the combat stats. I'm at 99 million attack XP, 98 million hit points XP, and I believe also today I hit 46 million Slayer XP. I want to wrap this video up with something a little bit more player based or player interaction based. So now at this point, I remember looking back, people would be like, hey, you want to raid? You want to go to the Theater of Blood? Hey, let's take a Bandos trip. And I always had an excuse like, no, I can't. I'm working on mining. I'm only 5 mil away from 99. Or I'm working on smithing. I only need to smith 99,000 dart tips left until I get to 99. But now at this point, it opens up a huge realm of possibilities with the community. You can be doing whatever you want, and it's really up to you if you want to leave. Now, it is up to you before if you want to leave, but most of the time you're like, nah, I'm kind of in the middle of this. I want to keep doing this. I want to stick with this until I finish it. But now at this point, you really don't have anywhere else to go. So like, what is stopping you? People ask me all the time, you want to go for a Ceradome and God Wars trip, or you want to send a raid with me? I don't have anything holding me back, so most of the time I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's go do something. I don't have anything else to do. I'm just sitting here getting attack XP after attack XP, so I might as well get a little bit of attack XP and maybe a Twisted Bow drop in the Chambers of Xeric. There might be other people out there that are way more community based before they max, but for me, it was a little bit different. I was always doing something myself just because I wanted to get to my end goal of maxing. But after I maxed, whenever I'm asked to do something, I almost never say no because I'm not really in the middle of anything else. I have the freedom to go do it because I can just go back to whatever I was doing at any time without losing XP for time or whatever, or, you know, those gains that I wanted to get. Now I don't have to worry about that. So for me, this video was fun to make, but the question is not really for me, what is it like after maxing? It's more or less, what are you gonna do after you max? Because I've said it before, you don't quit RuneScape, RuneScape quits you, and it is still true to this day. I've been maxed for 2 years, now I'm going for 200 mil XP in skills pretty passively. I don't get to play as much as I used to, but I'm still on the way there. My collection log grind is going to be a long one, and I'm still just trying to close out the Slayer bosses. I need 3 items left. I got the Cerberus Hell Puppy, the Jar of Stone, and the Jar of Chemicals. Those are the last 3 things I need to do before I don't have to do Slayer anymore. Probably still will, but regardless, I'm still on that Slayer grind, and I really enjoy the game. I thought I was going to lose all interest in it after I maxed, but really there is no light at the end of the tunnel. With RuneScape, there's always new updates, there's always new content coming out, so regardless of whether you're maxed or not, you pretty much always have something to look forward to. Maybe you don't play as much as you used to, but I can guarantee if you're maxed and you get on after a couple of months, there's probably something there that wasn't there when you stopped playing. So Jethro, that is my take on what life after maxing is like. I hope that I have thoroughly answered your question and given you some good reasons that really tell you that it's not that bad. I mean, maxing is great and all. It's really fun. That achievement is actually really awesome to get, but there is still a long road after you finish the maxing grind. So that's going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Jethro, thank you again for the suggestion. I love doing these videos that you guys suggest. It's really fun for me to really sit back and think how I would do this or what kind of questions I would answer, how I would answer them. Remember, if you guys want to ask something, watch for the community posts so you can ask your question. I will let you know if yours got picked. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn the bell icon on for notifications. With that, once again, thank you for watching. I will see you all on the next one. Take it easy.